come up. They have 5 to 7 minutes to present, share their business ideas, story, plan. And then they get 10 to 15 minutes of question and feedback, Q&A session with the crowd. The idea is that we're able to share ideas, build community, help with ideas. A lot of our presenters, we've been doing this for about 2 years, really appreciate constructive criticism. They want to hear from you guys on what challenges you might see that they might not, what experience you might have that they might not, and also just the opportunity to connect with you guys. So appreciate you guys all being here. We appreciate Big Door, awesome partner in the community that shares a lot of love. So shout out to Big Door for hooking us up with some breakfast this morning. Awesome. So just so you guys know, behind the scenes, organizers, we're going to just give a shout out real quick. We've got Allison Lou in the back, right there. Allison from the city supporting us. Anders Taylor, Zoe Taylor, Nathan Murray, all supporting us. Organizers who are behind the scenes, making sure that this thing actually happens. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Our first company is called Entrepreneur Simplified. So we're going to go ahead and let them come up and start their presentation. So round of applause for Entrepreneur Simplified.
I'm going to do it without the mic. Is that cool?
Maybe.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's right.
Is that okay? All right, very cool. I'm so glad to be here. Normally I'm in some other state speaking. So who's got $1? Can I borrow it quickly? Well, yes, he says. Mike, you're a cruise lady.
I am not a cruise lady, but I work there.
Awesome, cool. $1 I see a $1 bill. Don't want a $3 bill. I don't
We don't want.
Who's got $1? Just a $1 bill. And tell me your name.
Jeff.
Jeff. Very cool, Jeff. I'm going to get everybody can see this. I'm going to stand right here. My name's Zane. 4 years ago. My quick story is this. 8 years old, I started performing magic. 16, I turned professional. 18 was the very first time I ever appeared on a cruise ship. Yeah, hired on a cruise ship to work. 1996 was the first time I ever worked in a little town south of here called Las Vegas. Maybe you've heard of it? No? You guys okay? They don't afford it. Get some coffee or orange juice or whatever sugar you need. 1996, and I worked at a hotel called the MGM Grand, and I opened with a guy by the name of Dave Copperfield, who you probably never heard of. He's not good, but I taught him some stuff. He's better now. Tell me your name again. Jeff. Jeff, what do you do?
I am a digital marketer.
Digital marketer. This is your $1 bill?
It is.
Why are you here, Jeff?
I'm here to network with fine set people.
You're full of crap. I appreciate that. That's like the fluffy answer that everybody wants to hear. What's the real reason you're here, Jeff?
I'm here to make business.
That's the answer. This is Jeff's dollar. I'll show you something cool with the $1 bill. If you fold it in half, I'm going to fold it in half again. I'm going to fold it in half again. And I'm going to fold it in half one more time. As I do this, Jeff, your dollar is going to look a little bit different. This is kind of cool. I think Jeff's getting excited. Not that exciting, Jeff. But it is a 5. Come here, Jeff. This is a $5 bill. It's yours. Very cool. Thank you. Don't tell anybody that we rehearsed that. Okay. Jeff, you just made 5 times your money in about 60 seconds?
Yeah.
Not bad, right?
Not bad.
That's the real reason we're here.
Yeah.
I travel around the country and I teach entrepreneurs how to build their business. So I get a phone call a couple years ago from a gal. Her name's Kim Flynn. She's our CEO. She says, hey, Zane, I know you taught marketing, sales, and you're still performing magic all over the country. Even though you retired, I retired from magic almost 10 years ago. I did 42 shows last year. I don't know how that works, but sold my show in Vegas 10 years ago. And she said, hey, I want to hire you. I said, what are you doing? And she said, well, I started this little company teaching entrepreneurs how to be successful and fixing the mistakes that they make. And I'm assembling a team from across the country. There's John from Boston and Lisa from Washington, and you happen to live here. And I want to assemble a team of business minds to help startups, help not just startups, but also people that maybe have been in business 20 years that are in a rut, or 10 years that are in a rut. And I want you. And I said, okay, wait a second. Now, you got to understand, my background is I come from the speaking, magician, trainer mode. I've been very fortunate to work. I worked in 2004, 2005 with a guy by the name of Zig Ziglar out in Dallas, Texas. That's who I worked with. And then I Got hired by a guy named Les Brown. If you know who Les is, that was Irish guy in San Diego, Brian Buffini. He's a little Irish, awesome. Well, matter of fact, I'm going to see Brian this weekend. He's a real estate guy. And so I started working with him too. So I come from that background of we get on stage, we speak, people buy our CDs for hundreds of dollars. They buy into a $50,000 coaching program, and then I never see anything. Pretty cool, right? And I hated that industry. I absolutely hated it because it's a whole bunch of theory. It's a bunch of people who stand up, tell you awesome things, make you feel really good about yourself, and then people go home on Monday and they go, I'm so excited, I can change the world. I don't know what to do. I don't actually have a concrete action plan. And so I changed my model to teaching systems and business systems. Now here's the problem with systems. It's not pretty, it's not cute, and nobody teaches it. Because it's so much more fun to get people really excited and pumped up about the things that they can do, and they can change the world and get them to buy my $1,000 CD set. But then they go home and they still don't know what to do on Monday. Now what I do is I travel and I speak to entrepreneurs all over the country. And they come. And I hear so many things from them. Oh, it's really important that I have a good product. No, it's not. That is crap. And whoever told you that's full of it. You can have the worst product in the world. If you have the right system, you can make millions. Systems are way more important than products. Oh, no, Zane, you're wrong. Bull, I can prove it. Is there anybody in this room that can make a better hamburger than McDonald's? Yeah, everybody. Their product stinks. I eat there frequently, I know. Right? Matter of fact, their hamburger's not even in the top 10. They don't even make my top 20 list. I can pick 20 restaurants that make a better burger than them. And they billions. Because they have a system. When you buy a franchise, you're not buying it. Oh, I'm getting the special secret sauce of their great tasting burger. Nope. You just know how to order your buns, order your meat, order your lettuce, how to hire, how to train, 2 squirts of ketchup, 3 squirts of mustard, 3 pickles, that's a Big Mac. That's it. And people pay a lot of money for systems. One of the worst things that I see for an entrepreneur, my father-in-law did this to me a year ago. Oh man, I just wanted to squeeze him by the neck. Entrepreneur, also known as a chiropractor. 35 years in business, Northern California. Seen over 90,000 people have been in and out of his office at his clinic in 35 years. 35 years of blood, sweat, and tears. Last summer, he walked over, he locked his door, put his x-ray machines, his tables, in storage, and walked away. What? What? There's only one reason to start a business, and that's to sell it. And if you don't believe that, I would encourage you to change your thinking, or give it to a child. But if you walk away, oh man. So as you build your system, it makes your company valuable. When you start building your company, it should always be about what's the system to get from point A to point B. Here's the average entrepreneur that I see making $250,000 a year. When I sit down with them, they come, they want to work with me. I'm making $250,000. Awesome, let's get you to $500,000. The $250,000 a year entrepreneur, here's what they look like. They have between 6 to 8 employees. They work 70 to 80 hours a week. They probably haven't been on vacation in 4 or 5 years. And when I tell them I want to get them to $500,000, what did they just hear me say? You want me to work twice as hard? No! But they don't understand the value of systems. So as a company, what we do, entrepreneurs, to actually sit down and work with us. When I say us, it's not just Zane. I'm a marketing guy. I study marketing. I teach marketing. But we take 4 or 5 experts in different fields, systems, the system of marketing, which, by the way, every company generally needs help with marketing and systematizing marketing. Does anybody have marketing guilt? You know what I mean by that? Let me explain what marketing guilt looks like if you don't know. For most entrepreneurs, this is what marketing guilt looks like. I should probably have a Facebook page. I got to get a Facebook page started because I got to do some social media stuff, right? I got to do Facebook. I should probably run some Facebook ads on Instagram. I knew I should have done on Instagram. Crap, I got to do some Instagram stuff. Pinterest, I haven't done anything on Pinterest. Okay, all my Facebook stuff's going. I forgot it. Oh, Pinterest. Oh, Etsy. Etsy? Oh, geez. I didn't tweet this week. I haven't Twittered anybody. I need to Twitter. I forgot about my Facebook stuff. Periscope? What the freak is Periscope? Anybody sound familiar at all? Does that sound a little, I refer to that as marketing guilt. And unfortunately, most businesses don't have an actual system in place to know how to do the marketing they need to do. And so that's a big part of what I teach. But that's not what we teach. I mean, it's part of what we teach as a company, but we also systematize the other 4 paths of business, which is leadership, product, customer service, and finance. If you can understand those 5 paths of business, you can be extremely successful. Now, one of the things we teach, and I'm a firm believer of, there are people who tell you, and we disagree with this philosophy, they say, oh, if you're really good at product, but you stink at marketing, just hire someone to do your marketing. I think that is terrible advice to an entrepreneur. Now, why would I think that's terrible advice? Because I can't tell you how many entrepreneurs that I come, they sit down with me, and they go, I start talking about marketing. What do you do for marketing? I just pay this company $5,000 a month for SEO. And what are they doing for you? I don't know. Really? Really? That's your answer. You don't know. Well, I think I'm at the top of Google. If you Googleize me, I'm at the top of Google. And how much money did that put in your bank account last month? Well, none, but I do have 10,000 followers on Facebook. Wonderful. How much money did that put in your bank account last month? Well, none. Then I don't care. Most people that hire it out, if you can't speak the language of marketing, you're in trouble. I'm not saying you have to do it, and I'm not saying you can't hire some of it out. And there are things you absolutely should. That's not where your best time is spent. But, if you don't speak the language of marketing, if you don't understand your KPIs, you don't understand what's going on, or you don't even know what that means, it's time to learn. So we bring entrepreneurs to us, 8 to 10 of you, and you pay us a bunch of money. And we work with you for 2 or 3 days. And we build out a system of marketing, product, customer service, finance, so that you don't leave and go, what do I do Monday? You actually have a plan. Now, I was telling somebody, and I'm not going to say his name because you guys may know who it is, but I was telling one of the guys I'm on the speaking circuit with, as I go speak all across the country, as I speak at events, he was like, wait a second, did you tell me you bring entrepreneurs, they come, they work with you, you don't leave? Like, you don't just get them excited and then leave? No, like, we work with them. Like, all day. Yep, we cater in food and feed them, and like they don't leave for like a couple days. I'm like, yeah, it's a marriage for 2 days, 3 days. They're ours. And he blew his mind. Now, I will tell you the honest truth of this for me is I make a lot more money speaking and doing magic. This is not my full-time gig. When Kim told me about this, I came to join Entrepreneur Simplified because I want to help entrepreneurs. That's it. I want to see entrepreneurs be successful. So, what she told me I could do today is this. If anybody that's an entrepreneur in this part of the world, I love being home, man. I'm not used to it. Normally I have to tell people, like, I'm from Utah, I only have 1 wife. It's cool, you guys know what Utah is. Anybody that would want to come and work with some brilliant minds in business that doesn't want to write me a check for $3,500 for 2 days, you can come and we'll pay for it. It's on us. We have a couple weekends available coming up. If you're an entrepreneur, you live here, and you want to work with guys that can actually systematize your marketing, product, customer service, finance, there's 2 lovely ladies in the back. I have to go speak at another event. But that's Claire, that's Tracy. You have to go up to them, you talk to them. They have the dates of when those things are available, and I and Kim, our CEO, we will pay for you to come on us, because we think that Utah's a pretty cool place to be, and we like to help entrepreneurs. I'm done. Ask me questions. I just want to see you take your dollars and turn them to 5s, man.
I'm $1 to you.
You should. No, that's a terrible answer. What you should have said is, I have a 20 because it's a 5-time return. Come on. Yeah. Any questions? That was this weird? Was it different? I've never been to one of these, so I don't know what you guys expected. I was like, they're like, yeah, 8 minutes. I'm like, I can barely tell you my name.
And the workshops, do they work well for business just starting?
Absolutely. And here's why.
No, nothing.
Yeah. We have people that come and just have a big idea, and we can translate that into a business in a couple of days. There's different mentalities there. I absolutely think it's a brilliant idea, because if I'm going to start a company, why not just start right? Why not get it done right from the get-go, right? I mean, why not build this thing correctly just to begin with? Why not systematize every aspect of my business? There are so many parts of systems that entrepreneurs miss that I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've started 5 companies, sold them, one for $7.5 million. I mean, did pretty good. Okay. I've also failed miserably. I want to be perfectly clear about that. You want to talk about failure? I thought, getting a marketing degree from a college was really important, but I'm telling you right now, a marketing degree from any college from 2006 or 1996 has pretty much no relevance today. Like, just to be honest. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. It sounds really good. I could be like, hey, yeah, I didn't, but sounds good, right? Oh, wow, I got a marketing degree. Question.
So what is the end result after the 2 days or 3 days? Like what do we have?
You will have a complete system built for marketing, customer service, product, finance. So you know exactly what you're going to do on Monday, what you do Wednesday, what you do Thursday, what you do next week, what you do next month. It's a system. The plug and play business system that Kim actually created is what she's known for. And ultimately, it's what we feel like sets us apart as a company. Because, again, not that I don't mind, I like theory, but I love practicality. And that's why she assembled us. She's like, I want real world entrepreneurs that have built companies to actually come in and be like, hey, this is step A, B, C, D, all along the way. Like,
how do you handle pivots in that system?
Every company is a little different, right? Which is why we, as an entrepreneurial company, we only want to work with 8% of you because your pivots are going to be different than this and shifts, right? So things are going to change. We know that. You're going to hit different pivot points throughout the company or throughout your year or throughout your month, and we want to be there to help you along that way too. So if you have things that need help, there are a lot of shifts and changes. I'd love to say that every system stays the same, but a system is a system is a system. We build that system out. I hope I answered that question right. But it might be 3 months where we need to pivot some stuff. And that's okay. We can do that too. Yes?
Yeah, you said it's like, let's say $3,500 for the training, and then after that, they leave it with the system.
Yep.
What does the system typically cost?
No, that's it. The $3,500.
So like you don't buy like a software program
Nope.
that's going to cost so much.
Nope. The $3,500 is that you will leave with a system. It's yours. You can come. You go. Congratulations. I know, right? Yeah. It's like a no-brainer, kind of, but just whatever.
What about a company that's already been somewhat established, but it's still small?
Beautiful. Awesome. We like, if you talk about pivots or even just breakthroughs, I have a lot of companies that are like, we've been in business 7 years, we hit the 200K mark, or we hit the million mark, but we're just stuck. We're stuck there, right? We're stuck. And I don't know how to move beyond that. Oh man, I love to play with you guys. That's a fun company to work with.
When you talked about KPIs, and that's performance indicators, right?
Yep.
And each business is pivoting on different models
Absolutely.
and systems. When you refer business out because you have a marketing need and you have pain, such as search engine marketing, you mentioned SEO.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of things do you coach them about? What they should do and how they should hire out, because they can't do it all themselves.
Right, no, you're absolutely right. But, and that goes back to just speaking the language a little bit, right? So is your question, I want to make sure I answer your question correctly. So, no, is the question, what do we teach to look for? Or is the question, what affiliates do we have that we think are really good?
What do you look for? Yeah.
When I'm working with an affiliate or when
you give them the advice that they're looking for, what kind of advice do you give them that they should look for?
Quantitative rather than just, that's a very long answer, actually. And so I don't want to discourage that. It's a beautiful question because the reality is, as we're sitting there talking about like marketing, right? It depends on, but it's all about, here to me the answer is how many people push buy. Like people are like, I've got a business card, is that marketing? No. I've got a website, that's not marketing either. I got a Facebook page. I don't believe that's marketing. Marketing is driving eyeballs and pushing play, buy, purchase, right? If 100,000 people see my Facebook page, that's great, but if nobody buys anything, I'm not in business very long, right? So I need, not only do I need people just driving, in my opinion, this is Zane's opinion, I don't need companies that will just help me drive traffic. I need companies that can help me get the consumer to push buy, purchase, place. So I want a track record of buy, purchase, play. It's not just, oh, you're at the top of Google. Does that make sense? Maybe. I maybe didn't answer that question.
Love it.
Sorry. There's so much. That's a hard one. 5 minutes, 2 seconds. I'm done. Last question.
What do we do with 1 million cups?
That's a great question. I didn't know anything about the 1 million cups till I Googleized it. I asked the Google and Thumb, and it told me that this was. Thanks for laughing at that. I said that in Kansas. Nobody got it. Okay. What's that? That Yale, yeah. I was in Chicago. So I say goofy things sometimes. The 1 million cups thing, I think the biggest thing for us is that we want to align ourselves with other entrepreneurs that need help. So if there's entrepreneurs that are like, hey, we can use a system or we can use the value of what you guys as a company offer, we would love to be able to be a resource for you guys. That's ultimately it. If when Kim told me that we could offer this for free, I was like floored. So I hadn't planned on that, but she's like, hey, if you can give it to these entrepreneurs in Utah for free, I was like, holy crap. Okay. So I don't know that I would just want to be clear, Tracy, I don't want to overstep my bounds here, but that's not something like we're doing, right? This is just for today in these groups. That's not like, hey, just send your friends in a month from now, because but this just happened to be a one-time thing. So I would say, man, if you need any help in marketing, customer service, finance, product, building out a system at all, it's a complete no-brainer, because we have clients apply from all over the country to come and be here and work with us. So we're, like I said, we're a boutique. Kim, she will never have 20, 30 people sitting in a room, because we got 3 or 4 of us sitting down with 8 to 10 of you. We can get a lot of crap done. We can really change business that way. So, all right.
Awesome. Thank you.
I will.
All right. Here's a cup for you while you're teaching systems to entrepreneurs. Oh yeah, one of the million.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. Round of applause. Entrepreneur Simplified.
Yeah.
It's free, guys. Believe me. All right. We're going to have a quick presentation by our breakfast sponsor today, Big Door. So I'm going to do a little bit of video. We're going to just let them get set up. Again, reminder, we've got a Brave workshop coming up. And we've got the Twitter wall, so it's oftentimes there's another conversation being had in the room. Who was here last week? Awesome, you guys got to hear an update on the Breton company, their backpack, their Kickstarter. Freaking awesome, hit $240,000 on Kickstarter, selling these gorgeous backpacks over there. Hey, do a twirl for us. Will you do a twirl for us? No, yeah, you. Hey, just twirl. Oh. It's a $240,000 backpack right there. It's pretty awesome. I know these guys at Big Door did a lot to help them out, so I'm excited to hear what they have to say. So, Big Door, here you go.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Benton, the CEO of Big Door. Got a couple teammates running around here. Why don't you raise your hand if you work with Big Door? We've got Jack. He's our creative director / audio engineer / actor. You're going to see his face up on the big screen in a minute. You got James. He's our chief production officer. He works on all of our projects and produces them. You've got Nicole in the back and Jessica, whom, if you've been here often, you probably see them pretty often. They've been coming pretty regularly for the past year or so. Jessica's our marketing manager. Nicole's our event manager. So thank you, Million Cups, for having us today. We're not pitching today. We're just giving you a quick plug on who we are. So basically, Big Door is located on Center Street in Provo. We're lucky enough to have a little bit of capital to have a beautiful building. We have a private investor who helped us get into a beautiful building on downtown Center Street. And we have a studio there. We have high-end cameras and equipment and lights and just an awesome small team to do videos for startups and commercials for young companies. Our target audience would be that CMO at a young to mid-sized startup, and we really go after doing well-produced commercials for their websites, for their YouTubes. And then, like Chris was saying, we were fortunate enough to be involved in the Brett and Bag video as well. So thanks, Joseph. He's been an amazing person to work with, and we can attach our name a little bit to his success. But he was obviously very involved in making this work, because we're actually doing a lot of other Kickstarters that are just not as successful. So Joseph has been an awesome client to work with because he knows what he's doing. So yeah, I want to show you this quick video just to get you an idea of what we really love doing, and hopefully you'll like it. So here we go.
I'm drinking a green smoothie because I want to be healthy. Did you know that you're supposed to eat a pound of greens every day? Do you know how much a pound is? This is a pound of greens. Get those nutrients is hard, but it can truly be a life-changing experience. And what's for bread? The founder of Greenly, a delicious shake delivered to you daily, weekly, or whatever. It takes the hassle out of getting those fervent veggies in your tongue. Leafy greens and tasty fruits, and none of this. Turn into a delicious smoothie that makes you healthy and strong without any of the crash that comes from sugary treats. So subscribe now for smoothies delivered regularly via home or workplace. CEOs and cool bosses everywhere are doing it. He's right. Green me smoothies. It's all good.
Sound like the sound was up there on that projector, so sorry, we should have tested that. Could you hear it? Did you like it? Cool. So that's something that we like to do. We shoot on location, we shoot live video a lot, mixed with motion graphics. We've got writers in-house. Red Epic Dragon is our favorite camera to use. So any questions? All right. Well, let us know if you have any questions. We've got cards. We can talk to you afterward. And, having us again. Appreciate it.
Awesome. All right, our next presenter is, I don't know, man, can we tweak this? It's about ready to explode. All right, okay. Whew. I was getting nervous. Let's do, all right, Becky with Beehive Bazaar. Come on up. Ooh, Becky +1.
I would yell, but I'd be yelling in my kid's ear, so. Has anyone ever presented with a baby before? Am I the first? Congrats to me. Okay. All right, so I'm one of the owners of the Beehive Bazaar. There's two others. One of them is in the Dominican Republic, and the other is Kitchen. So I'm happy to be here and talk to you a little bit about what we are. Has anybody ever been to the bazaar? Raise your hands. Awesome, that makes me happy. Okay, so all of you that didn't raise your hands, you'll have a chance in a week from Thursday. So we are a 3 times a year local handmade shopping event. Those are our postcards. We do a fall show, a Christmas show, and our show coming up is May 5th through 7th. It's a Star Day show. This is a good example of our branding. We kind of stick with this, you know, our Beehive logo, and then play around with the color scheme, and we have customers that are excited to see what our new kind of color scheme is. So that's something we have fun with. So started a long time ago as something called Artists with Spring Fever or Artists with Christmas Fever. I believe in 2005, I wasn't around. I'm not one of the original founders. My business partner, Noelle, is. So she was she was there in 2005. So we started at like a home in the tree streets of Provo. And then we moved over to the Covey Center for the Arts, and that was great, but very tiny. Went up to Thanksgiving Point one year, which was great, but a little too big and a little too far. We were at the Women's Center for a number of years, and then it got torn down to build our beautiful new rec center. And then we moved over to the Riverwoods, and that was great for us for a long time. But what we found is we were banking on the Riverwoods having vacancies, which they weren't banking on. So got to the point where we needed to move on. And now we're at our new home, which is right in this very room. And we love being here. We're right by the train tracks. We're right by Food Truck Roundup. We're right in the heart of Provo's startup scene. So it's been a great move for us. So a little bit about the show. Every show we do 2 weekends. So when I came on board, we were doing 1 weekend twice a year. So we had 2 shows. Now we have 6. Now we have 6 weekends of shows. So we've grown quite a lot. This show in May, we have 130 vendors total, which we cram into here pretty tightly over the course of the 2 weekends. But something that is unique about our show, there's a lot of craft fairs, but what's unique about our show is our youth vendor section, which is usually in this back room. And it's any kid who's into crafting, into making, wants to make a little bit of money. We let them in for free, and I'm always in love with what they come up with. For this last show, we had over 200 applications. It's a very tough job to whittle that down to the number of vendors that'll fit in here for us. And then we only have 12 vendors that overlap both weekends. So both weekends of our show, we try to make very, very different to encourage shoppers from the first weekend to come back for the second weekend. And just to fit more, there's just such a great scene of local makers and artists, so we try to fit as many people in as we can. We give our vendors a choice between booth sizes, like a 4-foot, a 6-foot, or an 8-foot. And that's something we implemented recently and have found that vendors they like that flexibility, and that's something unique to our show as well. We're estimating we have between 5,000 and 7,000 shoppers per show. We use up to 4 registers. We use an iPad and Square, and that's worked out great for us. And we do run a central checkout, so if you come shopping at the bazaar, you're not going to be awkwardly standing next to someone who made all of the stuff you're looking at and them trying to sell you. We really want you to just be able to come and shop and have a nice time. So we run a central checkout, and statistic that I thought was really cool is we average 1 transaction per minute. We're open 12 hours a day Thursday, 12 hours a day Friday, and 10 hours on Saturday. So to average that 1 transaction a minute, I think is pretty awesome. As far as our growth, this is kind of like our growth and our marketing. We rely really heavily on Instagram, and we see every show we gain about 1,000 followers, and it's pretty like localized to Provo. So we have a very engaged Instagram account, and that's really fun. And one way we found to engage and grow our base is to do giveaways with our vendors. And something that we've done that's been really awesome is we have incentives for our vendors for them to share. So we built in have like 130 people marketing for us every show because people want to share their content of what they're making, and we just have them tag us with the hashtag Beehive Bazaar. So if you ever if you're bored and want to look at that hashtag, there's a pretty inspiring feed. And we incentivize our vendors. We give away a free booth space to people that do that. One person that does that, pick a winner. I'm actually really surprised that Facebook does as well for us as it does, but we always have a Facebook event, and that helps people remember that the show is happening. One problem we've stumbled upon is people seeing, like I'd run into a friend the week after the show and they'd say, oh, that was last week and I missed it. And so we're doing all we can to get our event and our name and our dates of the show in front of people as the show's happening. So Facebook's been really good for that. And we have some engaged followers there too. In terms of sales, from 2013 to 2014, this is when we started using a software we could really track our sales. So I don't have dates further beyond that, but we are growing, and it's awesome to see. We grew 9.5% in that year, and then from 2014 to 2015, we grew actually 34%. A lot has to do with adding every show we do, we're seeing our numbers rise, which we're really happy about. The last thing, I've talked a lot about our vendors, and it's because it's all about our vendors. And we talk about that all the time at our meeting. Whenever we meet, we want our vendors to be happy with us. We want our vendors to have a good experience at the bazaar. So everything we do is for our vendors first and customers a very close second. So we frequently post, you see this little collage on the left, post stuff like that all during the show, you know, try to mix up what we're showing people to get anybody who's interested in shopping at all, like hit them with something that they really want. Something else that we do is kind of calling back to our roots where we were artists with spring or winter fever. We include fine artists in our show. For them, it's a great deal. They pay a lot less to sell here than they would in a gallery. And it's fun for our customers to come and pick up some original art. Then we also like to do fun little videos. My business partner's husband is Steve Olpen, who some of you might know, but he's a very talented filmmaker. So he'll always do little films for us. So I wanted to play this one for you. So that's it, because it's Instagram, so it's like a 15-second video, but we like to keep it really fun and really kind of playful and just like to have a good time. It's a lot of work. It's long days when we have our show, but I always tell people it's just a total party, because you're just seeing people that are excited to be at your event and friends that are coming to support and vendors that are working really hard. So that's us. I guess I'll open it up to questions now. Okay. Yeah.
I saw your little video.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like a produced book. So that's not a handmade thing.
Yeah, that's actually the sonnets. They're sitting right there. And it's a coloring book that they drew by hand. So, so we'll consider that handmade. Yeah. Yeah, and we have some kind of give and take there. We really focus on local businesses, but we'll also do a lot of vintage stuff. So our shoppers really want that. But yeah, local tie, handmade, vintage is kind of where we're trying to go. Yeah.
So did I catch all the sales, people like will get things from different booths and take it up to one central checkout?
Yes.
And do you take a percentage of the sales?
We sure do, because we want to make some money. We charge a vendor fee, so kind of the breakdown of how we make our money for the work we do. We charge a vendor fee at the beginning of the show, and that's worked out great for us because, you know, we get this kind of influx of cash as we need to pay Anders' rent and pay for some marketing and advertising and any other kind of like, you know, like startup setup costs are taken care of that. And we run our and we run that all through Square, and then we take a 20% cut of their sales, and we give them direct deposit like 4 or 5 days after the show's over. We try to them. So I hand back there.
Now, did you keep track of, like, you said the transactions, you did the math, it was like 1 transaction per minute. You know what the sales were per minute?
The dollar amount, I could calculate that, but I didn't calculate that last night. Sorry.
What's the total, like the 2 weekends, that's like total dollars, is it like 100,000, 100 million?
It's about between 250,000 and 300,000 in sales. Yeah. Depends on the show. Mm-hmm.
So what's long-term growth? You just become this premier event, or are you guys replicating elsewhere?
So this is our space until Anders kicks us out. So then we'll have to find something else. We have some plans for some growth. Like we're partnering with the Rooftop Concert Series this year to run their merch booth, and we're going to include some like Provo-centric items in that space. And then we have some other plans that are not developed enough for me to like talk about. But yeah, another question?
Yeah, you said, I think you started back in 2000 with the Beehive Bazaar, now it's 2016.
Mm-hmm.
How many vendors do you have that will repeat? Been here, you know, how much time?
So that fluctuates show to show. But we definitely have people that come or that are kind of the mainstay of the bazaar. So Cassandra Barney is an artist I showed you on the slide. It was like the face on the far right of the screen. She originally started Artist of Spring Fever. Then she kind of handed it over to some other people to kind of grow it. So she comes back. So she's been there all along. The Vestadans are there a lot, right? You guys have been around. And then some other vendors that are coming to mind. We have a lady that makes jam, sells it. She sells it all over. She sells it at the Sundance General Store. But people come to the show for her jam. And so we have a few that are always coming back, but we also really like to balance that out with new vendors because we don't want our show to look the same every time we do a show. Does that help? Does that answer your question? Okay. Anyone else? Anders.
What's the biggest obstacle that you've run into I know you've been going for a while, but maybe just in the recent past, last couple of years?
Okay. I feel like there is so much to do that can only be done right at the week leading up to or the week of the event. So there's 3 of us just working night and day to get that taken care of. So I just feel like we experience a bottleneck right at the beginning of the show. The first Thursday of the show is always a nightmare. The first person that comes and rings up, guaranteed there's an issue with our cash register system before, when they're making any transactions. So, well, he's getting done. Anyway, yeah, so stuff like that, where we just don't have enough time. And I mentioned previously, but an issue we felt like we had in the past was I felt like every show, people would say, oh, it was this weekend, I missed it. And that was so hard to hear because I wanted them there. So we've kind of shifted in the way we market to get people aware a lot earlier and more frequently. Any other? Yes.
Last question.
Yeah.
What can we do as a local community for you?
So I thought about this. I have so many answers. One, come to the show. Tell your friends about the show. But one that I feel like is important is to make a commitment to shop local for something. For Mother's Day, for your girlfriend or wife's Christmas present, for your kids' presents, decide that you're gonna shop local or handmade for something. Put your money back into our economy, our local economy, and support people that you live and work with every day.
Very cool. Shout out, guys, to Beehive Bazaar. That's awesome. It's a lot of entrepreneurs that come to that marketplace, and she's created a platform for them to be able to sell, which is awesome. So thank you guys for coming. Appreciate you being here. Have an awesome week. We will be here next week with more cool people and more cool stories. So have a good week. Thanks, guys.